everybody, Steve here in the New York store. I want to talk to you a little bit about a Craviotto product, and this product is now in the second generation of design. And this is the Craviotto floor tom bass drum combination. And what you got here basically is a situation where you take a regular floor tom. In this case, we usually recommend it be a 14 by 16, 14 deep with a 16-inch head. And you can set that drum up in such a way that it can easily convert over from a floor tom to a bass drum. So there's two examples here I'm going to show you. The first example here is how this drum would look if it was set up as a regular floor tom, with one distinction in this case. This particular drum is from the Craviotto 2-in-1 series, which means you've got a different bearing edge on the top than you do on the bottom, and by putting the floor tom leg bracket in the middle instead of down here lower, you can essentially move the drum and play the drum from either batter side. So get a warmer attack by using the baseball bat side, flip it around and get a sharper attack using the 45 side. So in this case, just for sake of simplicity, this is the drum we've got here. On a standard drum, of course, these floor tom leg brackets would be down lower. But the way a floor tom bass drum combination is set up, you basically got a metal rim on top and you've got a wood rim on the bottom there. When you get ready to flip this drum over to use it as a bass drum, it's a fairly simple way to deal with it. So let me switch you over from this drum to the same exact scenario, a 16-inch floor tom that's in the conversion mode. And what you do then is you simply switch things around. Where you've got 3 floor tom leg brackets, you put a metal hoop on the bottom and you put a gull wing spur in each side of the brackets, and this becomes the resonance side. You've got this wood hoop with claws on the batter side, and then what you also have is the very simple and efficient $29 Gibraltar lifter that pops an extra 2 inches there, so you can bring the drum up so that you can center the beater at the center of the head. So what you have the ability to do here, very simply, without any extra drilling, is to simply take a 14 by 16 or 16 by 16, whatever size you like. Generally, we recommend 14 by 16. This one happens to be all set up for the conversion, and it's very simple. You just make sure that the wood hoop is on what will be the batter side, and then what is normally the resonance side for the floor tom, where the legs are, you pop the gull wing spurs in there with the chrome over steel rim on the front, and you put that little Gibraltar riser on the back and you're in business. When you think about this option, it's great because if you look at a regular floor tom Craviotto, and then you say, well, if I take this and I add the floor tom bass drum conversion option to it, the cost is relatively nominal to do that, and you basically get 2 drums for the price of 1. So a lot of times people will order a kit. They'll order 8 by 12, 14, 14, 14 by 20. You know, standard 12, 14, 20 kit. And maybe they'll say, I want an extra floor tom, so they'll get a 12, 14, 16, and a 20. Well, if you think about it, for a little bit extra, above and beyond the cost of that 16, you get the conversion package. Then if you want, you've got a 20-inch bass drum. Now you've got a small gig, small venue, piano trio, whatever it is. Take the 8 by 12, the 14 by 14, take that 16-inch floor tom, flip it over like this, and you've got an 8 by 12, a 14, 14, and a 14 by 16 bass drum. Small footprint, sounds great because it's a solid shell Craviotto. That 16-inch drum set up as a bass drum will sound big, huge, wide tuning range. It'll sound like an 18, so you've got yourself what I call a little micro bop setup, if you will. And you've also got a double utility drum, a drum that functions as a floor tom and a drum that easily functions as an auxiliary bass drum. So it's a great combination, and there'll be a review coming out soon on a Craviotto kit in an upcoming issue of Drum Magazine that features exactly what I've just said here. A kit that's 8 by 12, 14, 14, 14 by 16 floor tom with a 20-inch bass and a snare, and that 16 floor is a floor tom bass drum conversion that will also be covered in the article. So watch for that in the October 2014 issue of Drum Magazine, and if you have any questions about this particular setup and how it can work, you can always reach us at maxwelldrums.com. Thanks.